Hello guys, welcome along to Season 17, Round 2 of the Aero Racing's Tier 1 Gt7 Championship. We are here this week in Tokyo. So of course, arigato. Konnichiwa. No, that's Chinese, isn't it? Arigato. Hello from Japan. So this obviously, as always, is practice. We join the guys in practice at the moment. We'll get some information for you on screen in a minute. Without further ado, we'll have a quick rundown through the standings after round 1. So obviously after round 1, we've got Ramos, Gt7 in the lead in the Ferrari 458. In first place with 38 points. Zico hot on his heels though in second with 35 points. Then we have Slim also in the mix there in third place with 32 points. Closest person to Slim is Capel in fourth with 21 points. Then we have Kep in fifth with 17. We've got Tim Gren also there in sixth place with 17 points. Then we have Carter in seventh with 16 points. We've got Sam in eighth with 14. We have BX Royal somehow down in 9th place with 13 points, tied with Yannick at the moment in 10th place with 13 points. Ren is in 11th with 6. We've got Senior Fac in 12th with 6 points also, and then Los Blanco 13th with 3. Lucas is 14th with 2, and we've got Dino in 15th place at the moment with 1 point. And the team standings are Ferrari leading the way with 70 points. We've got Nissan GTR not too far behind with 48 points. McLaren 650S in third at the moment with 33 points. Then the Audi boys in fourth with 27 points. The Lamborghini Huracan is in 5th place with 18 points. Then we've got the Aston Martin currently in 6th with 16. Then Ford GT in 7th with 14 points. And the BMW M6 rounding out 8th place with 8 points. And that is how it looks after round 1. Obviously we had to drop that banger at the start. Hopefully we won't get hit with a copyright thing. I only played a tiny clip there, so. But it always makes me think the old Fast and the Furious films. Well, Tokyo Drift, obviously, to be specific. This track. East clockwise on the Tokyo Expressway. And I don't know if you know how we do in Tokyo. Don't remember the rest of the words. But yeah, obviously qualifying will start around about 8 o'clock. Or just after. So you've got about 7 minutes to go and get a refreshment. Get yourself settled down. So this is your place for your Monday evening's racing. We do this same time, same place every week. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Because obviously, as you know, it helps the algorithm and it helps us get our content out there. And I know that Aero League Racing is steadily growing. I think we've got over 1,000 members now. And I believe that's active racers as well throughout the different series and championships. In fact, I'm sure we've probably got a spreadsheet somewhere of active racers and I think it's the driver statistics thing somewhere on Discord. Like a performance chart, I believe. So I think Sam in that Ford GT, I think Sam's going to fare really well tonight around Tokyo. It's got some very long straights, hasn't it, which that Ford GT definitely lends itself to. Senior Fac should be able to pull something out of the bag in the BMW M6. I always remember it being quite a good car around here. We'll have to wait and see. In fact, Ryan maybe even able to pull out the bit books as well, but the Audi seems to struggle a little bit with the fast direction changes sometimes, so I have to wait and see how that fares for him. Kep obviously in the Lambo. Lambo should be pretty good around here. You would expect. I think McLaren maybe hasn't got quite such a good top end, does it? But I think in the toe, I think as long as you don't lose a slipstream, I think that's what it's going to be around there. I think it's going to be a slipstream battle. Once you lose the slipstream, it's, yeah. It's a long way to the end of the race. And obviously we have got 2 races for you this evening. We've got the first sprint race, which will be determined from the qualifying. We'll have 10 minutes of qualifying, then we'll have the sprint race. And then obviously we have the feature race, which is a around 40 minute endurance. Obviously it will be lapped races. So we've got the 2 Ferrari guys in the pits currently. We've got, who's this? Tintin Stelion. So maybe a debut from Tintin Stelion. Perhaps he's a reserve for this evening. I've not seen that name before though. And what car is he in? He's actually in the Mercedes as well. So Alessandro returns this week. Obviously he was feeling under the weather, wasn't he, last week, so hopefully he's well and fit. Obviously he is here, so see what Alessandro can do in that Ford GT. Another very quick driver. So at the moment he's actually 3 tenths off of Ramos, who has currently got a 1:57.346 on board. Obviously this is practice though, this isn't actually qualifying, so maybe some of the guys holding back a little bit. Oh, and Sam actually not far off his teammate there as well. So the Ford GTs, as I said, I thought they would do quite good around here. This is my prediction. I think the Ford GTs, I think they're going to be a little bit of a force to be reckoned with tonight. I think Tokyo is going to lend itself very well to these cars. And I think if they can manage the tyre wear going into the endurance race, into the feature race, then I think they should do quite well. Zico, we're going to have our eyes on Zico as well. Zico did very, very well indeed last week. As did Coleman, as did Ramos as well. So Ramos. In fact, I think the Ferraris may be one of the slower cars along the straight, so they're well and truly going to be having to use that slipstream. And obviously the spiritual home ground of the GTR, well, it is the home place of the GTR, isn't it? And Zico behind the wheel. Still a few guys sun pits at the moment. And as a time check, we've got about 2 minutes now until qualifying. Obviously everyone just trying to get a feel for the track. Work out where the track limits are. And I wonder if wall collisions is on. Because obviously you can get a penalty for hitting the wall in places. Which obviously deters from people wall ride, but I don't think we're going to see any wall riding this evening. Actually, very professional league. So Alessandro has managed to close right in to Ramos in this practice session. It's only 200ths off Bagden now. And Arukis in the BMW M6 manages to go up into provisional third. Obviously, hopefully he'll be able to carry this pace into qualifying. And that'll put him in good stead for the sprint race, the first race of the evening. As I say, we'll have to wait and see for... Actually, we've got a returning wall back there. Also in the Lamborghini. We've not had the message from BX yet, but I'm sure we will be starting soon. We waiting for anybody? So we've got Ramos, we have Alessandro, Arukis, we've got Senior Fak, we have Kep, we have Wolbeck, Zico, Yannick, Tinin Stillion. I think I'm just going to call him Tintin. So we've got Tintin. And here we go. So this is qualifying now. Qualifying is going to begin. We're going to go on board with BX. He is going to start the first lap, obviously. And we'll go on board for his first outlap. In fact, we'll have a look through the grid and see what everybody's in. So BX obviously is in the Aston Martin Vantage. We have Sam in the Ford GT, followed by Ramos there in the Ferrari. Then we've got Sinil Fak in the BMW M6. Zico is in the Nissan GTR. We have Ryan in the Audi R8. Alessandro in the second of the Ford GTs. We got Welbeck in the second of the Lamborghinis. Capel there. Capel, pilot in the R8. Then we have Kep in the Lamborghini. Arukis is in the BMW. We have Tintin in the Mercedes. Yannick is in the Nissan. And then we've got Coleman's just moved through there. He's in the Ferrari. Obviously everyone on an outlap still. You've got Carter in the McLaren. And Yannick in the second of the GTRs. So to go back on board for a minute with BX Royal as he comes up to finish, or he will be coming up to the final hard braking zone of this lap. And this corner can throw up some shenanigans. It's obviously hard braking, and then it's almost a double apex hairpin, and all too easy to light the tyres up there. Maybe get that exit, get that next turn a little bit wrong. But BX getting through there nicely on his outlap. The turn one can also be, well, it can throw up a lot of shenanigans, can't it? Obviously with the nature of this track being the long straight, everybody's in the slipstream down to turn one. Braking around the 100-metre mark, I think it is. Yeah, he's just after. Down into third, floats it through. Very nice indeed. Not needing to change down for the second part there, that second turn, turn two. And then I believe this here will be three. Sweeping left-hander. We've got the approach now to the first of the bridges. This corner here also can catch you unawares. And the exit there, all too easy to float out and hit that wall on the left-hand side. This one, it can be a very fast corner indeed. Opting to just lift off the power a little bit there. I think you can go flat through there in some cars. Get the angle right. And then again, braking. In fact, he brake around the 50 marker there. Through another tricky left-hander. And obviously the final hard braking zone of this track, the double apexed right-hander hairpin, and then we've got the tricky left-hander here, and he almost collected the walls on the left-hand side there, kept it nice and smooth though. I think he would have lost the mirror. There was definitely no margin for error there. And in fact, he's not even going to put a time on the board, he's going to pull into the pits, so Sam will be the first person to put in a lap. No, in fact, he's gone into the pits as well. It's going to be Ramos. So Ramos comes in with a 157.836 Senior Fac. Oh, and Alessandro 57.967. Arukis 58.013. Senior Fac now down to provisional fourth with a 58.144. Capel there in provisional fifth place with a 58.318. Kep 58.324. Him and Arukis actually having a little bit of a bow now along the straight on the approach now to turn one. Maybe Arukis on a bit of a lap. Kep's let him go. It's like Kep actually trying to fight back though. Maybe trying to make the most of that slipstream, trying to improve on his previous time. So Rain currently provisional ninth place with 58.410. He's actually up on his sector there as well. Tintin currently 10th with a 2-minute 5:07. Then we've got Walbeck in a provisional 11th with 2:11.641. He's going to be wanting to improve. BX is back out now on a fresh set of softs, and he's yet to get time on the board. In fact, he has put time on the board. It's a 2:05.615, but that's his outlap. So Sam currently down in 13th. I think he's, oh yeah, he peeled into the pits as well, didn't he? Opted for a fresh set of softs, so he's come out ahead of BX there. You can see him just behind him. Coleman, so Coleman also, yeah, to put time on the board, as is Carter. So Zico has managed to move up into provisional pole at the moment. 1:57.090. Welcome along, Magneto. Nice to have you back again, buddy, or Magneto. And Yannick, his teammate there, so the two GTRs, first and second at the moment. Ramos has dove into the pits to get a fresh set of softs on that Ferrari. Oh, and Alessandro, so Alessandro managing to go faster, and Arukis. Oh my god, so currently we've got Zico towing his teammate Yannick in fourth place. Zico at the top of the board at the moment. It looks like he's going to be going into the pits, they both are. So he's got 1:57.090, almost into the 1:56s there for Zico. Almost a sub 57. Arukis 1:57.132. Provisional second place for that guy. Alessandro only losing out by 4/10 there to Arukis. Down to third place now. 1:57.588 for him. Yannick currently in fourth. He's going to be hoping to improve on that, I'm sure. Maybe try and... yeah, I think he's going to be getting the toe now off of Zico, isn't he? Maybe Zico's going to try and help him improve on that time. And Yannick actually looking to try and take the advantage there. So perhaps he's going to give Zico the toe first time round, and then Zico will give it to him on the second time round. But currently sat there, provisional fourth. Ramos now down to fifth with a 1:57.836. That looked really fast. It did look a really fast time, but he's actually 7/10 at the moment off of pole. Senior Fac currently provisional sixth, 1:57.986 for him. Capel in the 58s, 1:58.318 for Capel in seventh. We got Kep on a 58.324, Rayan 58.410, Walbeck 10th, 58.429, Tintin 59.157, Sam, I think Sam's still yet to put one on, 2:04.247. So I think this, yeah, he's coming up to the end of, this will be the end of Sam and BX's lap. So let's stay on board with Sam for just a minute and see where he improves to. Because I'm sure he is going to improve on this lap. As is BX. We're going to have to keep an eye on BX as well. BX, I'm sure, is going to be moving up slightly. I know he says that Aston Martin isn't really helping too much. It's a bit slow. Hasn't got a lot of grip. And he does, he improves up to fourth place there, Sam. Only a 10th off of Alessandro, but that's moved, that's shuffled now. Ramos down to sixth place. So where is BX? BX still in 13th. And he has come across the line, hasn't he? And Carter still yet to improve there. I think he's still yet to put a time on the board. As I say, I thought that McLaren may... What's Coleman doing in the pits? Slim, what's going on? I don't know what's going on with Slim there. He's just sat in the pits. Maybe he's on a qualifying ban. If he is, I'm not sure what for. So Zico is still on pole at the moment. Nobody able to topple him off there at the moment. But Arukis, very, very close indeed. Only 400ths off of Zico in the Mercedes, in the BMW, not in the Mercedes. And he's actually, he's in the purple sector. Staleboard with Arukis for just a second. Is he going to be able to steal first pole position away from Zico? The closest guy to him at the moment is Carter. Carter improving up to third place. Only 2/10 off of Arukis. Carter now back in the pit. So we have Zico currently provisional pole still. Arukis, we're on board with him at the moment. He's going to be trying to take pole away from him. Carter, he's actually down there through that split. So maybe he's going to have to settle for starting in second. Carter looks like he's going to be provisional third. Alessandro fourth, Sam fifth, Yannick sixth, Ramos seventh, Capel eighth, Ramos seventh. Ramos is down in seventh. I said I thought the Ferraris may be lacking a little bit around here, and it does look like it's showing. He has just improved up to fifth place. Obviously, we will have a rundown before the first race of everybody's final times. So the two GTR. Looks like they're still on a final lap. It looked like Zico was actually down there, but maybe his teammate is up. Yannick, does he improve? Currently sat in eighth. And he does, up to third place for Yannick. GG's Yannick. So the two GTRs, first and third respectively. That's where they're going to be starting on the grid. That is going to help them massively. What a time there though from Zico, 1:57.090. Yannick still 2/10 off a pole. Carter 4th, Walbeck 5th, Alessandro 6th, Ramos 7th, Sam 8th, Capel 9th, Sinelfak 10th, Kep 11th, BX is 12th, Tintin 13th, KW 14th, and Coleman sat in the pits for some reason in 15th. What a qualifying session that was, guys. We're going to get into the sprint race in a matter of minutes. Obviously, we have the lobby reset. I'm sure if you want to get a refreshment, now would be the time. If you want to go for a quick toilet break. So what are your predictions, guys, for the race? I think the GTR is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think the 4 GTs as well. The 4 GTs, I'm surprised they're... So we've got Alessandro 6th, and then... Who was it? It was Kep, wasn't it? Kep. No, it wasn't Kep. Who's the other... who's the other 4? Oh, Sam, isn't it? So 6th and 8th for the 4 GTs. I thought they'd be higher up. The M6 I'm not surprised to see up in second place. Oh, is it really? Oh, I thought it'd do really well around here, Alessandro. I thought with the straights and stuff. But I think it's the same for the Audi R8. I think the R8 it suffers a little bit with the fast corner changes, like the direction changes, unsettles the car a little bit. So before the race begins, we have Zico on pole with a 1:57.090. Arukis will start in second, Yannick in third, Carter fourth, Walbeck starts in fifth, Alessandro in sixth, Ramos in seventh, Sam in eighth, Capel in 9th, Signal Fack in 10th, Kep will start in 11th, BX Royal in 12th, Tintin in 13th, Ren in 14th, and Coleman will start in 15th place. Season 17 round 2 is underway and they are off. Zico getting a really good getaway. It looks like Yannick actually getting the better run there off the start from Arukas. I think Arukas is going to lose that second place, and he has. He's going to slot back in behind Yannick. But we've got Wolbeck trying to make moves there in the background as well. I think he was trying to squeeze his way past. Oh, Yannick into the back of Zico. He actually tagged his teammate there. Didn't slow him down too much, but it looks like Arukas and managed to get past as well. He's up into first place. Oh, we've got Gagalaka. Oh my god. I don't know how everybody got through there unscathed. A lot of moves being made. Coleman there in 12th place. Carter down in 15th now. BX Royal up to 9th. Alessandro up to 5th. Ramos is up to 4th. He's on the back of the GTRs now as well. The two GTRs are trying to stay with Arukas. Arukas trying to stretch his legs at the moment, trying to break away from the pack. As I say, that slipstream is crucial around here. Once you lose the slip, it's almost game over. It's very, very hard to get back onto the pack. But Yannick doing really well to keep that gap very consistent. He brought it down to 3/10, but Arukas just stretching it back up now again to 6/10. It looked like he grazed the wall ever so slightly there. That's going to give Yannick the advantage as we come down to the final hard braking zone of this lap. The double apex right-hander hairpin. Like Zico actually had the better momentum on the entry there, but was a little bit compromised by his teammate. These two need to really work together. They have got Ramos all over the back of them in that Ferrari. Zico did so well, didn't he, last week? Ramos, Javi, currently sat in 4th. He's made up a few positions already. And I thought the Ferrari was a little bit lacking along the straights, but it definitely isn't. It is definitely holding its own at the moment. And we've got positions being changed once again. It looks like Arukas now down to 4th place as Ramos moves up to 3rd. And we've got Yannick in the lead of the race, followed by Zico in 2nd place. Zico still under immense pressure from Ramos. There must have been a slight mistake there, or maybe he just got caught with no slipstream helping him. Arukas now down to 4th. Then we've got Alessandro looking for a move now on Arukas as they come through the very tricky bridge sector to the sweeping right-hander here. Yeah, a tiny lift there from Alessandro, that was nice. So he's saying it struggles through some of the high-speed corners, but he's making it look easy at the moment. I think obviously once the tyre wear starts to set in though, that is where it's going to become a little bit more tricky. So we've got Yannick in the lead of the race at the moment, followed by his teammate there, Zico in 2nd place, Ramos now in 3rd. We've got Arukas down to 4th, Alessandro in 5th, Wolbeck in 6th. Capel now in 7th place, followed by BX Royal. BX Royal actually making up a place there, he's up to 8th now. So maybe no slouch around Tokyo. The Aston Martin, maybe a bit of a sleeper. We'll have to wait and see how many more places BX can try and make up. Sam is down to 9th now, maybe Sam had a bit of a moment somewhere. Not too sure. Tintin 10th in the Mercedes. We've got Signal Fack now in 11th place in the second of the two BMWs. Then we have Kep and Coleman. Kep and Slim having a bit of a battle there in the background. Slim in the second of the two Ferraris trying to get past Kep. Kep has a massive run there on the back of Signal Fack. Looks like he tried to give him a bit of a bump draft, but that's compromised him a little bit. Coleman alongside him now, on his outside. Kep's going to have the inside for the next one as well. Plenty of space in between them two. Slim slots back in behind. Yeah, he's letting Kep know his intentions, isn't he? He wants that position. Get a move on, Kep. Is what Coleman's saying at the moment. And then we've got Ryan in 14th place. We have Carter in 15th. Yannick still in the lead of the race. And Alessandro has now got past the Rukis. Rukis all over his gearbox though. He's trying to look for a move, trying to set one up, but Alessandro not leaving the door open at the moment. It's a crazy battle forming now for 4th place. Rukis wants that position back. He's fed up and moving down the pack now, isn't he? He's lost 4 positions. He looks up the inside now. Is he going to get the move done? He's later on the brakes. And he does. Alessandro just has to concede that. And he's lost the position now to Wolbeck. Wolbeck in the Lamborghini up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? It's going to be a drag race now along the start-finish. And I think, yeah, Alessandro has had to slot in behind Wolbeck, but I think these guys as well, with the slipstream, look at that, look at him go. Trying to get past the Rukis now. Rukis a bit of a sitting duck along the straight. These two using the slipstream together. Wolbeck now up to 4th place in the Lamborghini. We've got Alessandro in 5th. And Wolbeck is closing down onto the back of Ramos now. Javi in 3rd place is well and truly in his sights. He's going to be starting to pick up the toe in a matter of corners. So Rukis is now down to 5th place and Alessandro there in 6th. Halfway through this sprint race now, I think the guys are going to be starting to feel that tyre wear just a little bit. Especially the guys at the front that have really been leaning on their tyres. Yannick with a 5/10 gap over his teammate at the moment. Zico looking like he's just sat comfortably at the moment in 2nd. But he is closing right up onto the back of his teammate Ramos. Only 5/10 off the back of the 2 GTR now. And Wolbeck is now down to 7/10 behind Ramos. It was around a second before, so he's still closing. And he should be starting to pick up the slipstream of the Ferrari up ahead. The one we're on board with. Javi's still trying to chase down the 2 GTR. He's keeping that gap very consistent indeed. It only goes up to around 5/10 and then he reels it back in to 3/4. Still unable to find his way past though. The GTRs aren't working very well as a team at the moment. Well and truly in control of this race. Ramos putting in a purple sector. And Wolbeck still closing that gap to Ramos up ahead. That Lamborghini actually looking very planted around here, it has to be said. Alessandro looking like he's finally dropped off the back now of Wolbeck. 1.3 temps, he's lost that slipstream. As I say, that slipstream is crucial. He is going to become a little bit of a sitting duck to the cars behind him. But then once they pass him, they're actually not going to get too much of a slipstream either off the cars ahead, because they have to close that gap. Capel all over the back of Alessandro now though, 3 tenths in it. And there's 9 tenths back to Arukis in the M6. Up to 180, going for a bit of a bum draft, does Capel. Interesting to see what sort of top speeds they're actually getting, so around 185 miles an hour before the braking zone. And they have well and truly closed back up to Wolbeck once again. So Capel actually really aiding Alessandro at the moment. And it is helping him open that gap to Arukis back in 7th place in the M6. Arukis trying to close that gap is 1.6 seconds at the moment. Looks very quick indeed through that sector. He's actually taken 2 tenths out of the gap already. Sam only 5 tenths off the back of Arukis in the Ford GT. BX Royal now back down to 9th place, as Sam has managed to get back past BX in the V12 Vantage. And in fact, BX is starting to drop into the clutches now of Tintin. Tintin under the attention of Ket in the second of the 2 Lamborghinis. Oh, and Kep goes for the move up the inside on the exit. Oh no, Kep almost gets it wrong. Massive twitch on the rear of that Lamborghini. Almost loses it, but somehow manages to control it and keeps going. And he's kept that gap as well. Only 2 tenths in it at the moment. And what we're going to see here is he going to try and help Tintin to close the gap to VX up ahead. And yeah, he is. So it looks like everybody bump draft him to try and get a bit of an advantage over the car behind him. Rayan 1.3 seconds behind now in 12th place, and in fact now Kep seizes his opportunity to pull out alongside, but he hits a brick wall, can't get the pass done. Who's going to be later on the brakes? He's on the outside here as well, he's got to be careful. And in fact it looks like, sounded like somebody clattering the wall. I'm not sure who that was, I had to look back there to BX. He was very close indeed. It may have been BX. BX maybe getting a little bit sandwiched against the wall. I'm not too sure. Lap 7 now of 8. Rayan 1.5 seconds is the gap now between Rayan and 12th and 11th and 12th. Single fact there in 13th, Carter in 14th, so we're actually missing someone. Did we start with 15? I'm sure we started with 15. But what a cracking display in this first race from the 2 GTR boys. It looked pretty unstoppable. It looked like Ramos trying to close the gap there under braking, but he actually compromised himself a little bit, had to take a bit of a wider line to avoid contact, and it's actually cost him a couple of tenths, which he will gain back along the straight. But that has brought Wolbeck into it in this, what will become the final lap, once they cross the line. So this could be a three-way battle for first place. Ramos looking like he may be on a bit of a charge now. He is trying to look for a move on Zico. And it looks like he's managed to get the move done. So Ramos now up into second place. Zico is down to third. Is Zico going to have an answer for Ramos? Come on, Zico. And look at Ramos go. Absolutely cracking stuff. Yannick still currently in first place, but there's only 4 attempts in it. This battle for the lead of the race really starting to heat up in the dying stages of the first race of the evening, the sprint race. Yannick still in the lead at the moment. There's only 3/10 in it. Ramos well and truly on a charge at the moment. He's managed to get past Zico, so he's dispatched one of the GTRs already. It looks like Zico really struggling with them tyres, unable to assist his teammate at the moment. He's actually got a nice bit of breathing space over Walbeck. He hasn't got to worry about going defensive against the P4 driver at the moment. Coming around the penultimate turn, through the final turn now. And Yannick is still ahead. So it looks like Zico playing the team game and really helping out Yannick there. Yannick will take the win in this sprint race. GG Yannick. Ramos takes second place, Zico in third. We got Walbeck finishes in fourth place. Capel will finish in fifth. We've got Arukis in sixth, Sam in seventh, Alessandro in eighth, BX in ninth. We got Kep in 10th, Tintin in 11th, Rain in 12th, Sinilfak in 13th, and Carter in 14th place. And obviously your feature race will be a top 10 reverse grid and a rolling start as always. So we'll get the top 10 grid now. So we're going to have Kep starting on pole in the Huracan, BX lining up in second place in the V12 Vantage. Oh, and then we're going to have Alessandro in third in the 4GT. So the two 4GTs third and fourth, Arukis in fifth, Capel in sixth, Walbeck will start in seventh, Zico will start in eighth, Ramos in ninth, and Yannick will start in 10th place. And then obviously we will have Tintin 11th, Rain in 12th, Sinilfak 13th, Carter 14th, and Coleman in 15th. So it was Coleman. Coleman DNF'd. What happened to Coleman? Is he here for the second round? Yeah, he's back. So I'm not sure what happened there in that race to Coleman. Slim. I think we're going to see a split in strategies. Arukis opting for the hards. Coleman and Tintin currently on the mediums. Everybody else looking like they're going for the softs in the first stint. Obviously you've got to use every compound, I believe, this season. So, coming into the feature, guys, what do you think? What's your predictions? Do you think the GTRs are going to walk it again? In fact, Zico looked like he was struggling a little bit with tyre wear towards the end. Like he had a couple of little moments, but definitely well and truly helped out Yannick. Ramos seemed to come alive at the end there as well, didn't he? Javi, obviously saving some tyres for the final push. And also Walbeck in the Lamborghini. Also really putting the thumb screws on the guys at the front, wasn't he? Really putting the pressure on. Not making it an easy race by any means. So it'll be interesting to see what other tracks we have on the calendar this season. I don't think I've actually looked at the calendar. Should we have a quick look at the calendar before the feature begins? If I can find it. Okay, so I found it. So we've obviously been at Red Bull Ring, that was last week. So then we have Tokyo, which is this week, east clockwise. We got Watkins Glen, St. Croix, Lago Maggiore, Dragon Trail, Blue Moon, and Le Mans. Oh. Pressing the wrong buttons. I should just like Zico actually coming out testing the hards. There's like a few people actually going for the hards now. So Yavi going for the hards there as well, Ramos. Yannick coming out on the hards. BX still on the soft. Capel hards. Sam mediums. Slim mediums. Tintin hards. Signal Fac. Kep. Alessandro on hards. Wolbeck softs. Arukis hards. So what do you think the guys are actually going to do? Do you think they're just going to run them for a couple of laps? They've got to run 10 minutes actually, haven't they? Or is it 10 laps? I think it's 10 laps. They've got to use them for 10 laps at the very least. Oh, what's going on here? So if you've only just joined, obviously you should know by now, this is the Aero Racing's Tier 1 drivers in Season 17, Round 2 of the Gt7 Championship. Obviously this week we're at Tokyo, east clockwise. And the guys are just having a tiny bit of a warm-up before the final race of the evening begins, the feature race.
Pretty cool track, okay hand.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the Tokyo tracks, Magneto. They've always been, you know, I think they do lend themselves quite well to racing. Am I winning? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm winning, Viking. Welcome along, buddy. How are you doing, dude? What are you doing this season? Are you like just floating? Or are you running in a different league? What happened to Gilles? Has Gilles like gone down to League 2 or something? Yeah. What are you doing now, buddy? Are you like you reserves or something, or are you just like are you in Tier 2 or something? Or are you just like having a off season?
I'm just busy with work and enjoying a break from racing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's fair enough. Sometimes it's nice to have a break. Like I say, I've had a massive siesta from GT. I can't remember the last time I drove on GT. I've just been racing on the F1 game at the moment. But it would be nice to return at some point. But yeah, again, as you say, it's sort of time constraints and stuff. Like at one stage, I didn't mind. You know, I'd quite happily race every night of the week. And yeah, it becomes a little bit much sometimes, to be honest. Also, with the commentating gig as well, it's like that takes up time as well. So I think this is it now. I think we're going to go into the main race of the evening. Kept starting on pole in the Lamborghini. and we are going to get into it. It's a rolling start as always in the feature race. So we've got Kep there lining up on pole with BX in second place. We've got Alessandro in third, Sam in fourth, Arukas in fifth. And they're off. So a lot of the Lamborghini getting quite a good getaway off the start there. BX has started closing though in the toe. It looks like he's actually pulled out to go for a move and take the lead of the race. He's actually managed to get it done easily. So the Lamborghini looking like it's sleeping a little bit at the moment, but he's going to be picking up that slipstream now of BX. So the roles are reversed. But Alessandro, look at Alessandro go. Alessandro has a look up the inside. He's got massive overspeed coming into turn 2. Turn 1, and this will be turn 2 now. And he is up the inside now of the Lamborghini. They're almost side by side, but he's actually had to slot back in behind. We've got the second of the 4 GTs behind there as well. Sam having a look now around the outside of his teammate. Then we've got Arukas and Capel, Wolbeck and Zico in 8th place. But Kep now under the attention of the 2 4 GTs. Alessandro and Sam wanting a bit of that action. Actually giving BX a little bit of breathing space. BX trying to scamper off, trying to get a bit of momentum in the first stint of this race. What tyres is he on? He's actually on the mediums. Alessandro also on mediums, as is Kep. And then we've got Sam also on mediums now, being challenged by Arukas up the inside. I didn't expect to see a move come there, but he managed to get it done. Is Sam going to have an answer as we come down to the final hard braking zone of this lap? We've actually got Capel in the mixer as well. Capel wants a bit of the action, almost going into the back. Oh, Arukas got it all wrong. Sam has managed to retake that position, back up into 4th place now for the 4 GT driver. So Arukas in the BMW M6 is now going to have to wait for the toe. Sam actually doing really well at the moment. It looks like Arukas unable to get the move done along the straight. He's going to have to wait for a corner, I think. So that BMW looking like it's actually topping out at about 180 mile an hour. And then we've got moves being made up ahead. So that was Alessandro and Kep getting past BX Royal. BX Royal now down to 3rd place. The spars coming up from the bottom of them cars. Alessandro into the lead of the race in the 4 GT, followed by Kep in the Lamborghini. So BX Royal, he looked like he was getting away a bit, didn't it? But he's actually lost 2 places along the straight. Bit of a sitting duck, but then it does become that, doesn't it? When you haven't got the slipstream, you've got nobody breaking the air in front of you. But yeah, the gap between the top 3 very close indeed at the moment, and I think we may see another move come from BX Royal in the next few turns as Sam under the attention. Oh, Sam and Arukas have a collision. Arukas has hit somebody else as well. Oh no. Arukas now tries to get the BMW turned around. It looked like Sam has actually waited for him, bless him. That wasn't really, I don't think that was Sam's fault. I think they were just side by side as they came through that corner. Sam just ever so slightly grazed the barrier. Well, I think he got a little bit sandwiched, and yeah, it looked like Arukas coming off worse. Oh, he's collected with Senior Fac as well. So the 2 M6s down in 14th for 15th, looking like they might be out of the race now. 25 seconds off the back of the field. Wolbeck in 13th, unable to make any headway at the moment. Carter in 14th, Coleman in 15th, Tintin still in 10th. Sorry, Coleman 11th, Tintin still in 10th, Rayan in 9th, Yannick in 8th. What do we see, man? Yeah, who knows what happened. It's unlucky. Proper unlucky. These things happen though. It looks like Sam a little bit on the back foot now. He's lost that position to Zico. Zico up into 4th place. 3 to try and chase down the top 3. The top 3 still very close indeed. So Alessandro doing really well at the moment, unable to break away from the other two, but also not allowing them to get past. How long can he keep it up for? So we've got 20 laps in this feature race around Tokyo Expressway east clockwise. Cap looking like he may have got it a little bit wrong there. It almost opened the door up to BX. I thought BX was going to be able to get a move done, but unable to do so. Zico now 2.5 seconds off the back of the top three, and it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to try and reel them in. They're obviously going to be getting the advantage of each other's slipstream. He may end up becoming a little bit of sitting duck to Sam back in 5th place. 7/10 off the back of Zico now, but he's going to be starting to reel him in. He's got Capel for company. Capel in 6th currently in the Audi R8. Ramos now 9th, but he hasn't got the slipstream of Capel up ahead. Oh, Capel goes for a move up the inside there of Sam. Manages to get it done. Just later on the brakes there, I think, from Capel. And he's actually on racing hards as well. So Zico's on hards. Yeah, the top three on medium, so that's how they've managed to break away from these three, I believe. And that's 3.2 seconds now as the gap back to Zico from BX. Capel now in 5th, Sam in 6th, Ramos in 7th, and these guys are all on hard, so they'll be diving in after lap 10. Yannick in 8th, we've got Ren in 9th, Coleman on the mediums. Coleman on the mediums in 10th place. Looks like he's unable to get past the guys ahead of him though. Tintin on hards in 11th, Carter hards in 12th, Wolbeck 13th, and Arukis and Signal Fac 14th and 15th. Alessandro still in the lead of the race, and he's actually got the fastest lap as well. Go on, Alessandro. So Alessandro having a cracking run in this first stint. It's going to be interesting to see how long the tyres will go for. So a relatively long lap, this one, just under 2 minutes. Around the twisty, windy expressway roads of Tokyo. Literally millimetres from the walls at some stages, as Alessandro just demonstrated. I don't think you could have fit anything in between him and the barrier then. I'm not sure how I'm not sure how he wasn't throwing sparks up, but very, very, very good driving indeed. And still no one, not Cap, not BX, unable to get past him. And the top three now with a 3.8 second lead over the rest of the field. And it looks like maybe the Aston suffers with a little bit heavier tyre wear. It looks like the X's tyres are a little bit worse for wear, or a little bit worse than the guys ahead of him. Now 4.2 seconds is the gap. And it's every time they come along the straights, isn't it? Because the guys behind haven't got the advantage of that slipstream, they're just pulling away. Well, this battle fourth place is going to start heating up soon as well. Sam under the attention of Capel. Capel still unable to find his way past in the Audi R8. It's R8, isn't it? Yeah, that little sector under the bridge there makes you clench your cheeks every time. Such a gnarly little sector of track. Zico doing a fantastic job of holding that fourth place at the moment on the racing hards as well. Sam behind him is on mediums. Is Sam going to be able to use the grip advantage? Again, Zico, he's having a look now up the inside, not quite late enough on the brakes. Zico actually covered off the inside as well. He's actually got it a little bit wrong there on the outside. It's opened the door up for Sam. Sam is on his outside, but he's going to have to slot back into that slipstream once again. Zico getting the better exit. And Sam actually opting to go for the bump draft there. I think all too aware that Capel is gaining on him. But then Capel's got the advantage of the slipstream, so he's going to be gaining on him. Sam would do well to try and get a pass done, I believe. Although they are just marginally staying ahead of Capel at the moment. Capel may be able to size up an opportunity into turn one. Unable to do so though as Sam covers off the inside. But Capel looking very fast indeed at this stage. It does look like maybe the hards are working a little bit better than the mediums at this point. In fact, I think the mediums are maybe going to start dropping off a cliff very soon. We may see the top three even contemplating a pit stop in the next couple of laps. They may even go in the same time as the hards. I mean, the hards might even go in the same time. As Capel actually hits the wall there, he's picked up damage on that car. Opened up the gap now to Sam, giving him a bit of breathing space. Sam, a few temps up the road now. And I think, yeah, the mediums have started to well and truly drop off a cliff. The top two, Alessandro and Kep, still locked in a bit of a battle, but BX has dropped off the back of him now, 1.9 seconds. But look at the tyre wear difference. It's not a lot at all, is it, between the mediums and hards?
Is there any more races after this one?
This is the final race of the evening, Magneto. We've got 8 laps of 20 now, so we've got another 12 laps to go of this one. But yeah, there's always 2 races on a Monday evening, so we have a sprint race, which is determined by the qualifying, and then we have the feature race. Yeah, this is only the second one. Yeah, we have the feature race, which is this one here, which is a 40-minute endurance. Or 20 laps, as you can see. But kept still really putting on the pressure onto Alessandro, but still unable to find his way past. It looks like he's trying to go for a move here. That's not a place to try and go for a move. Or maybe he's trying to force the Ford GT driver into an error. Senior Fak has given up now. He's left the room. He's had enough of this race. I think they can still get back into it, the M6s. They're still a little way off, but anything could happen. There could be a massive pile-up at some stage, you never know. For the top two now, 2.8 seconds ahead of third place. BX Royal on the medium tyres. What's BX going to do? Is he going to go for an undercut? No, he stays out once more. So Zico still holding on to that fourth place. He's got an 8/10 gap over Sam. Sam locked in battle with Capel now. Actually finally managing to find his way past as well. Onto the back of Zico. Zico not picking up the slipstream of anyone ahead of him. These two trying to weave their way through, trying to find a way past. Zico defending really well though. He has just opened up the door. I think Capel is going to be able to get through. Is he? No, not quite. Sam now moves out alongside Capel. Oh, it's going to be side by side as they come onto the bridge approach. Sam just edges ahead once again. Absolutely cracking stuff from these three at the moment. Zico still managing to hold that fourth place. A little bit of this battle in behind between Capel and Sam is just allowing him a bit of breathing space now. 1.3 seconds is the gap. But the gap between Sam and Capel consistent 2/10. Absolutely insane battle here, Magneto. And I think there's one form behind as well in the forms of Coleman and Yannick. We're going to have to keep our eyes on that as well. We'll just look back towards these two. We're going to see a move come from Capel into... No, he's not close enough. However, Yannick really closing up now onto the back of Slim. Who's going to get the better exit? Through the final turn, it looked like the Ferrari did. Yannick maybe not quite getting the turn in on them hards now as he would like. But the gap, nice, consistent 5/10 as well. And I've got a funny feeling the two M6s may have retired from the race. Tintin still there in 10th place. Carter unable to find a way past him yet. In the McLaren he's up to 11th though. Ramos is now down to 12th. Wolbeck in 13th. And yeah, we lost 14th and 15th. We've lost the two M6s. Alessandro definitely making up for being ill last week. Putting in the work in this first stint. How long will these guys run the mediums for? Probably till they empty the tank, it looks like. And it looked like Cap had a considerable more fuel on that car than the Ford GT ahead, so may be able to go for a lap more, a lap longer, but will he opt to pit when Alessandro pits? The gap back to BX is now 4.7 seconds. And Alessandro's in the pits. Kep has decided to stay out. He's maybe tried position. Everybody's going to follow in behind him, surely. That has set off a chain reaction in the pits. So Sam stays out. I think he should have pit on that lap. I'm not sure. That Ford GT does go through its fuel. Is that a bad strategy call there from the Ford GT garage? I'm not too sure. Maybe not wanting to double stack with Alessandro. He's actually putting in a purple sector, but will that fuel take him to the end of this lap? Watch this space. So Ryan has stayed out as well. He should make it to the end. Wolbeck definitely will. It is going to be tense, isn't it? We'll go on board in just a second, Magneto. Just go and see how Sam's doing, because it is going to be close, isn't it, I think. Alessandro. So Alessandro was the first into the pits. He's now 15.6 seconds behind Wolbeck, who is now in 4th place. Zico's come out in 6th, Capel 7th, BX in 8th, Yannick 9th, Coleman 10th, Ramos 11th, Carter 12th, Tintin in 13th. Them guys have all been into the pits. They've had their first pit stop now. Kep is 9.7 seconds up the road, but it looks like Sam may be having to fuel save now in that Ford GT. He's going to be running on fumes. Is he going to make it back to the pits? Come on, Sam. He's only got a couple more turns to go. But he is going very slow now, isn't he?
Confirm our Austin Powers moment wasn't shown on the screen. Folded hands.
I think we may have caught the end of it, Senor Fag. Unlucky, bud. That was just unlucky series of events. And Sam does manage to limp it back to the pits, but look at that gap closing to Rayan there. He's managed to close it from about 3 seconds all the way down to 1.4. It's going to be very close. Oh, he's got 1% of fuel left on that Ford GT. So the final 4 now into the pits to get rid of them tyres. Alessandro on fresh hards. Is he going to come out ahead of Kep? Kep is now coming out of the pits. And he has. He's come out ahead. So Kep actually comes out 3.6 seconds ahead of Alessandro. But Alessandro is going to be fully up to speed. He is closing that gap. You can see first place up ahead. He's got Zico for company, 1.2 seconds off the back of him now. Oh, Poro says it was. What actually happened? So you were trying to get the car turned around or something, and... Oh no, it was Arukas, wasn't it? Arukas was trying to get the car turned around. You came round the corner and went into him, I'm guessing. I was a bit confused when I came on board and I saw 2 M6s like ghosted in each other. I was like, what are these 2 lads up to? Having a bit of cozy time. Zico, look at Zico go. Zico now on fresh mediums, really closing that gap down to Alessandro up ahead in 2nd place. 4 tenths is the gap now. What can Zico do in the final stint of this race? The 2 guys ahead of him on the racing hards. Oh, no way. Oh, that's unlucky, man. Yeah, he got caught up in a unfortunate thing. I think him and Sam got, or he squeezed Sam. There wasn't a lot of space between them. They were side by side. Sam hit the barrier, and then sort of like that catapulted Arukas across the road into the other wall. And then he also hit somebody else, I think, as well. And then, obviously, when he was trying to turn around, you must have come around the corner. Yeah, it's a proper unlucky series of events, that one. Yeah, Alessandro. He needs the slipstream of Kep up ahead, which he's not getting at the moment. He is going to become a sitting duck to Zico. in a matter of corners. Can Zico nurse them tyres? We saw he looked like he was struggling a little bit with the tyre wear towards the end of the sprint race. Obviously he's just done his hard stint, now on the fresh mediums. The hards definitely looked the faster tyre towards the end of the first stint though, didn't they? Definitely came into their own. But that gap is definitely coming down now to the race leader, which is kept in the Lamborghini. It's 1.1 seconds. It's come down to 9 tenths. The Ford GT of Alessandro is closing. It's 6 tenths now. He's going to be picking up that slipstream, which is going to aid him in his defensive battle against Zico in third place. Kep's got to try and keep it nice and smooth, try and open that gap once again, and he has managed to bridge a couple of attempts, which has taken the tow away once again to Alessandro. Alessandro now a sitting duck. Is he going to? He's going to have to cover off the inside, isn't he? Surely Zico's going to have a look up the inside. But no, he thinks better of it. On the exit though, is he going to have a look here? Trying to get the better exit. So in fact, I think maybe Zico and Alessandro now working together to try and close that gap. Two Kep up ahead in first place. (183 mph) now for the Ford GT. And look at him go. He had to ease off a little bit and then look for the inside in the braking zone. He actually, oh no, big snap there from Alessandro. He managed to hold it, but I opened up the door to Zico. Zico well and truly through now, able to challenge Kep now for the lead of the race. And Capel right onto the back of Alessandro. Capel also on the medium tyre now as well. It's going to be tense, isn't it, for the guys that have opted to run the hards in the later stages of this race. The battle for first place really heating up now. Zico trying to look for an opening. Really piling the pressure onto Kep up ahead.
Let's go, Zico.
He's well and truly on the charge at the moment, isn't he, McNeil? As is Capel in the background there on Alessandro. Oh, Alessandro maybe gets it a little bit wrong. Is that allowed Kep, or Capel even, to come alongside? Not quite. I think we're going to see a position swap come soon. But the top four have well and truly broken away from the rest of the field now. In fact, some very big gaps opening indeed. And look at this. Almost formation racing from these four drivers. Capel alongside Zico, Alessandro alongside Kep. And we have seen position swaps. Alessandro in the lead of the race with Capel there now in second place, Zico in third and Kep down to fourth. Yeah, this is crazy stuff at the front here, Ben. Welcome along, dude. As I say though, them hard tyres are going to come into their own towards the end of this race. They might be a little bit of a sitting duck at the moment, but as their mediums start to go off, the hards will come into their own. But the top three, there's literally temps in it. And they've managed to separate Kep now by 7 tenths. We'll have a look at everybody else anyway. So we've got Alessandro there in first place. We've got Capel in second now. Zico in third. We have Kep in fourth. Yannick in fifth. BX now in sixth place. Come on, BX. Sam in seventh. We've got Welbeck now in eighth. We've made up a few positions. Ryan now in ninth. Carter in 10th. Ramos in 11th. Coleman in 12th. Tintin in 13th. So in fact, yeah, from 7th all the way down to 13th, all still quite close indeed. So these guys are probably going to be battling towards the end as well. But I think we see a move come there from Carter up the inside now of Ryan. Ryan graces the wall. Ryan! He's going to lose another position now to Ramos as Ramos goes around the outside, is he? No, Ramos not quite able to get past. Slim looking for the move, or is it Tintin? Tintin trying to go around the outside now. Slim, he gets it done. Tintin up to 12th. Slim now, uncharacteristically in 13th place. Don't think I'd ever see the day. Alessandro still well and truly in control of this race though. Only 4 laps to go. Once they cross the line here, it will be free. And Capel into second place. What's he going to do here? So he's actually opting to give the bump draft now to Alessandro, trying to break the toe to Zico behind in third place. But looking like he pulled out to go for a move there. But the Ford GT just too strong along the straight. The Mercedes unable to find his way past. He opted to try and move around the outside. Alessandro holds the inside really well. Capel though, what can he do? Can he get around the outside here on the exit? It looked like he may have the better run. In fact, he's in the Audi, isn't he? Not the Mercedes. But look at Zico. Zico getting the better exit than both of them. Trying to thread his way past Capel, unable to get it done there. Alessandro stays ahead of Capel, aided by Zico it seemed. Alessandro defensively covering off the inside once again. Very close indeed between these top three as they come through the final couple of turns. And Yannick has finally caught up to the back of Kep, it seemed. Or it looked like anyway. It's actually 5/10 is the gap. Yeah, so he's going to be picking up the slipstream now of Kep up ahead. And Kep's going to be a little bit of a sitting duck as well, because 2 seconds is that gap to Zico now. Oh, and Zico gets the move done on Capel. He's up to second place. We've got a ball with the top three in just a second. It looked like Yannick trying to go for a move on Kep, but it looks like he's actually helping him as well. I think he's trying to help him bridge that gap to the top three. Trying to make this become a three-way battle in the final lap.
Fire.
And in fact, they have just caught up to Capel. Oh, Kep looking for a move around the outside of Capel. On the inside for this next one, Capel manages to hold it. Yannick all up in the mix there as well. This has become a three-way battle now for third place. I think the tyres on that R8 just started to die a bit of a death. On lap 18 of 20. He's getting a bit slidey there on the exit. I think that may have cost him a couple of attempts. He's actually lost 2.3 seconds over Zico. And what we're going to see from these top two, so Alessandro on the racing hards, he will have the grip advantage now over Zico on the racing mediums, but he is on the faster compound.
Zico got this.
Paul says Zico got this. I think he might opt to sit behind, isn't it? Do you reckon he's going to take it on this lap, or he's going to sit behind till the final lap? Well, Alessandro defends the inside once again. Zico gets shown around the outside. Tries to make it happen, doesn't quite make it happen. Alessandro comes off the inside once again. Zico opts for the better exit. So this is the battle now for first place. The top two have 2.5 seconds over third place. It looks like the GTR's just got superior cornering speed over the Ford GT, but the Ford GT, where it struggles through the corners, really good along the straights. Dominic says, come on, Zico. I think he's trying, Dominic. I think he's trying to do all he can, but I think he's biding his time. He's going to wait until this final stretch of the start-finish with the aid of that slipstream. Alessandro covering off the inside once again. Is that going to compromise him on the exit? Not quite. Zico still unable to find a way past. Alessandro gets the better exit that time round, but Zico will close along this long straight on the approach to turn one. We are into the final lap now. The top two have 2.1 seconds over the rest of the field. Coleman now with the fastest lap, 158.168. And it looks like Capel and Kep having a bit of a band in the background there as well. Capel is now past Kep. Zico has really closed onto the back of Alessandro once again. Is it going to be enough though coming into the dying stages of this race? Is he going to be able to take the lead of the race away from Alessandro? He's trying to do all he can at the moment. Alessandro defending so well though. He's pulling out all the stops, making that Ford GT as wide as he possibly can in an effort to keep Zico behind him. Zico still putting immense pressure on Alessandro up ahead. Still unable to find his way through though. Trying all he can. Trying to find an opening. Alessandro covers off the inside early doors. Zico is going to try and make it work around the outside, or maybe get the switch back, but Alessandro is covered it off once again. Zico, no! Zico! He's at the moment! He lost the rear of that GTR. He's going to lose another position. He might do to Capel. We're going to have to go on board with Alessandro. Alessandro doing just enough in this race to take that first place, and it's going to be a photo finish between Capel and Zico. Capel takes it though, Zico in third place there at the end, Kep in fourth, Yannick in fifth. We don't have Wolbeck, comes home in sixth place. That's a decent outing for the Lamborghini driver there. Sam in seventh, Ramos is going to bring it home in eighth place, Carter ninth, Tintin in 10th, BX in 11th. Rayan finishes in 12th place, and Slim, he's on a bit of an exhibition lap now. And he finishes in the pits. 13th place there for Slim. And what race that was. I thought Zico was going to manage to get it at the end there, but Alessandro did just enough. What a defensive race that was there for Alessandro. Cracking stuff there, guys.
Great race, thumbs up.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant stuff there. So the finish in order once again was Alessandro in first place, Capel in second, Zico in third, Kep got fourth, Yannick in fifth, Wolbeck in sixth, Sam in seventh, Ramos in eighth, Carter in ninth, Tintin in 10th, BX in 11th, Rayan in 12th, Coleman in 13th, and Signal Fac 14th. Sorry, the two BMWs DNF, didn't they? They retired. So that was it, guys. That was your Monday evening of racing once again. And thank you, Magneto. And yeah, GG everyone. That was an absolutely cracking evening of racing once again. So yeah, join us again next week, same time, same place. I've been your boy Vex. This has been Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the GT7 Championship. Good night.